Pennies are often ignored, but some from 1976, 1999, and 2006 can be worth way more than face value. Rare mint errors, double dies, or high-grade examples are in demand by collectors and can bring serious money. Always check your pennies carefully. You could be holding a hidden gem. Like this video and subscribe for more rare coin tips. The United States 1-cent penny from 1976 may seem at first glance to be just another ordinary Lincoln cent. A coin most people have seen countless times, spent without a thought, and passed along in the course of daily life. Yet hidden within this year of minting are stories of rarity, errors, and preservation that elevate certain examples far beyond their modest face value. For some collectors and lucky finders, the 1976 penny has become a small but extraordinary treasure, with select specimens commanding values between $50,000 and $130,000 in auctions and private sales. This is the kind of transformation that makes numismatics so thrilling. A 1-cent coin minted by the millions suddenly becoming worth more than many people's annual salary. The 1976 penny belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which had been in production since 1959 when the design of the reverse shifted from the wheat stalks to the depiction of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. The obverse features Victor David Brenner's enduring portrait of Abraham Lincoln, introduced in 1909 to mark the centennial of Lincoln's birth. On the reverse, Frank Gasparo's design of the memorial offers intricate details, including the seated statue of Lincoln that can be seen with close inspection, making it one of the more symbolically rich reverses in American coinage. The year 1976 was significant in American history as it marked the bicentennial of the nation, a celebration of 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Many collectors associate 1976 with the bicentennial quarters, half dollars, and dollars that featured special reverse designs honoring this milestone. However, the cent did not receive a commemorative design and continued with its familiar Lincoln Memorial reverse. Because of this, the penny from 1976 may seem overshadowed compared to the special bicentennial issues, but this is part of what makes certain rare examples even more remarkable today. Minted in both Philadelphia and Denver in large numbers, the 1976 cent was never scarce in general circulation. Billions were produced, and most of them entered daily use almost immediately. Coins in circulation tend to pick up scratches, wear, and discoloration, which strip them of collector appeal. However, in rare cases, pristine examples were set aside in original mint rolls or special collector sets. When these coins were later submitted to grading services like PCGS or NGC and found to be in near-perfect condition, they achieved designations such as MS-67 or MS-68. At this level of preservation, they become truly rare because so few survive without any of the minor flaws that are almost unavoidable during mass production. It is these coins, preserved against all odds, that can command prices well into the tens of thousands of dollars. Errors are another factor that makes the 1976 penny so compelling. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong in the production process. Dies crack, blanks are misaligned, or double strikes occur. For collectors, errors transform a common coin into a one-of-a-kind rarity. The 1976 penny is known for several error types that add significantly to its value. Off-center strikes are among the more dramatic errors, where Lincoln's portrait may be shifted toward the edge of the coin, leaving blank space on one side. Double die obverse, where parts of the lettering or portrait appear doubled due to a misalignment during die preparation, are particularly sought after. Transitional errors, though exceedingly rare, involve coins struck on planchets meant for another denomination or metal composition, and when such examples are discovered, they can fetch extraordinary sums. The most famous high-value 1976 pennies are those in pristine condition combined with rare errors. These coins represent a perfect storm of rarity factors. When such a coin surfaces at auction, it generates significant buzz in the collecting community. Auction houses highlight the rarity, bidding wars erupt among passionate collectors, and the final hammer price often shocks even seasoned numismatists. Some of these prized coins have reached astonishing figures, with values ranging between $50,000 and $130,000, firmly establishing the 1976 penny as a hidden treasure of modern American coinage. To understand why condition is so important, it helps to consider what a coin goes through after minting. The majority of 1976 pennies were tossed into pockets, purses, and cash registers. They rubbed against other coins, were dropped, and endured decades of handling. Very few escaped this fate. A coin that shows even slight wear might only be worth a few cents to a collector. But a coin that never entered circulation, that remained in mint packaging and survived without even a tiny scratch or blemish, becomes a true rarity. At the highest levels of grading, the difference between an MS-66 and an MS-67 penny can mean thousands of dollars in value. At MS-68, the rarity is such that collectors are willing to pay staggering sums to own one. What makes the story of the 1976 penny even more engaging is the possibility that valuable examples are still out there, waiting to be discovered. Millions of people save jars of coins from the 1970s, tucked away in closets, attics, or safe deposit boxes. Among these, there could be hidden gems, pennies that appear ordinary but reveal exceptional qualities under the scrutiny of a collector or grader. This possibility fuels the excitement of the hobby, because the next great find could be sitting unnoticed in a box of change. Beyond its numismatic significance, the 1976 penny also represents a piece of American history. The mid-1970s were a period of reflection and celebration for the United States. As the bicentennial approached, Americans were looking back at 2 centuries of independence and progress. Coins from this year serve as tangible artifacts of that celebration. While the quarter, half-dollar, and dollar coins bore bicentennial designs, the penny's unchanged design serves as a reminder of continuity, of Lincoln's enduring place in American culture, and of the everyday exchanges that form the fabric of economic life. Owning a rare 1976 penny is like holding a small piece of that era, one that carries both historical and monetary value. The fascination with rare coins like the 1976 penny lies not only in their market value but also in the stories they tell. They remind us that treasures can be found in the most unexpected places, that even the humblest coin has the potential to become something extraordinary. The fact that a penny, often dismissed as insignificant change, can reach a value between $50,000 and $130,000 is a powerful reminder of the hidden worth all around us. It keeps collectors searching, keeps auctions buzzing, and keeps the world of numismatics alive with excitement. When you look at a 1976 penny today, it may seem no different from any other Lincoln cent. But under the right circumstances, with flawless preservation, a striking error, or both, it becomes a symbol of rarity and value, a coin that commands respect in the world of collectors. This is what makes the 1976 penny so fascinating. It is a coin that bridges the ordinary and the extraordinary, reminding us that history, chance, and attention to detail can transform even a 1-cent coin into a treasure worth more than anyone could have imagined when it first left the mint. The 1999 1-cent penny is one of those coins that most people see as nothing more than spare change. Yet in the world of numismatics, it carries an incredible story that shows just how valuable even the smallest denomination of American currency can become. At face value, it is worth a single cent, something that most people barely notice when it falls into their hand. But under the right circumstances, with certain errors and conditions, this ordinary penny has sold for extraordinary amounts, with values ranging from $44,000 to as high as $120,000. That shocking leap from 1 cent to 6-figure worth is what makes this coin so fascinating and why collectors across the United States pay close attention to the details of the 1999 penny. The 1999 penny belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, a design that had already been in place since 1959. On the obverse, we see the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which first appeared in 1909 to celebrate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. On the reverse, the coin features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, an image that dominated U.S. cents for 50 years before being replaced in 2009 with the Lincoln Bicentennial and Union Shield designs. By 1999, billions of these pennies had been produced, making them some of the most common coins in circulation. Yet, despite this overwhelming mintage, a handful of rare varieties and mint errors turned some 1999 pennies into hidden treasures worth tens of thousands of dollars. One of the most famous and valuable varieties from that year is the 1999 wide AM reverse. The difference between the wide AM and the standard close AM reverse lies in the spacing of the letters A and M in America on the back of the coin. In most 1999 pennies, these two letters nearly touch, creating what is known as the close AM variety. But on the rare wide AM variety, the letters are noticeably separated. This error occurred because the mint accidentally used a proof reverse die on circulation strikes, resulting in a small number of 1999 wide AM cents being released into circulation. For collectors, this tiny design difference transforms the coin from a common cent worth 1 penny into a highly sought-after treasure. High-grade examples of the 1999 wide AM penny are the ones that truly capture attention at auctions. When preserved in mint state condition and graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, these coins have been known to sell for anywhere between $44,000 and $120,000. That staggering price for a single penny shows how rarity, combined with condition, can elevate a small copper-plated zinc coin into one of the most valuable modern cents ever struck. Beyond the wide AM variety, the 1999 penny is also known for several error coins that further boost its allure. Double die errors, for instance, are among the most popular. These occur when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly during production, creating a doubling effect on the design. On the 1999 penny, doubling can appear on Lincoln's profile, in the inscriptions "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," or on the date itself. Collectors hunt for strong examples of double dies, as they are significantly rarer than normal strikes and can fetch premium prices. When well-preserved, off-center strikes are another fascinating error from the 1999 penny series. When the planchet is not properly aligned during striking, part of the design appears off-center, leaving a portion of the blank surface visible. These errors can range from slight to dramatic. A 1999 penny with an extreme off-center strike that still shows the full date can be worth thousands of dollars on its own, and in pristine condition, such a piece could easily push into that impressive valuation range collectors dream about. Repunched mint marks, though less common by 1999 due to modern minting techniques, still occasionally appear and are prized by specialists. An RPM occurs when the mint mark is impressed into the die more than once, creating a shadow or overlapping appearance. On a small coin like the penny, spotting these requires careful examination, but the rarity makes them exciting finds. Combined with a high grade, such coins can attract strong demand from error collectors. Then there are wrong planchet errors, among the rarest and most unusual of all. If a 1999 penny was struck on a dime planchet or another incorrect blank, the resulting coin would weigh differently and potentially show parts of the design cut off at the edges. These are highly coveted because of their rarity, and such pieces can command values that astonish even seasoned collectors. Condition is everything when it comes to determining value. Most 1999 pennies in circulation are heavily worn and worth only their face value. However, uncirculated examples, particularly those that grade MS-67 or higher, are scarce and command strong premiums. When combined with rare varieties like the wide AM reverse or dramatic minting errors, the price skyrockets into that incredible $44,000 to $120,000 range. Auction stories have helped fuel the legend of the 1999 penny. Tales of collectors or even casual hobbyists discovering a wide AM cent in their pocket change have inspired countless people to check their own coins more closely. The idea that a single penny, overlooked for decades, could suddenly transform into a life-changing discovery has added an element of treasure hunting to coin collecting. In some cases, coins discovered in circulation have been sent for grading and sold for tens of thousands of dollars, proving that these remarkable finds are not just myths but very real opportunities for those paying attention. The historical context of 1999 also adds to the story. It was the final year before the new millennium, a time filled with anticipation and reflection. The U.S. Mint was busy producing billions of coins for circulation, including the start of the state quarters program that captured the attention of millions of Americans. Amidst this massive output, the minting of the 1999 penny created its own legacy through rare varieties and errors that would later captivate collectors. For new collectors, the 1999 penny is a perfect introduction to numismatics. It teaches them to pay attention to small details like spacing on letters, the appearance of doubling, or the alignment of a strike. It demonstrates how something as small and seemingly insignificant as a penny can carry immense value when rarity and condition align. For advanced collectors, it offers a challenge, tracking down the rarest wide AM varieties in top condition or hunting elusive errors that only a handful of people may ever find. The 1999 penny also serves as a reminder of the human and mechanical aspects of minting. Despite advances in technology, mistakes still happen, and those mistakes create treasures for future generations. Every wide AM or error coin from 1999 tells a story not only about the minting process but also about the people who discovered them, preserved them, and eventually brought them to market where their true worth was revealed. So the next time you come across a 1999 penny, don't just toss it into a change jar or ignore it at the bottom of your pocket. Take a closer look at the reverse. Check the spacing between the A and M in America. Examine the obverse for signs of doubling or mint mark anomalies. Inspect the edges and overall strike for signs of unusual errors. That ordinary penny could be hiding extraordinary value, one that transforms it from spare change into a six-figure collectible. The story of the 1999 1-cent penny is a reminder that treasures are often hiding in plain sight. From its humble origins as a coin worth 1 cent to its rise as a rarity commanding values between $44,000 and $120,000. This penny captures the essence of what makes coin collecting so exciting. It proves that the smallest coin in your hand could hold the biggest surprise of all. The 2006 United States 1-cent penny might seem like the most ordinary coin in your pocket. A small copper-plated zinc coin worth just 1 cent, tossed around in cash registers, left forgotten in car cup holders, or dropped into tip jars. Yet the reality is far more surprising, because certain rare versions of the 2006 penny have captured the attention of collectors across the country, transforming an everyday coin into an unexpected treasure. Some examples of this year's penny have commanded staggering values at auctions, with rare pieces selling in the range of $36,000 to $97,000. It is this possibility, the idea that something so common could be hiding such extraordinary worth, that keeps collectors and treasure hunters closely examining every penny they come across. To understand the story of the 2006 penny, it helps to look at its design and historical background. The obverse of the coin carries the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner back in 1909 to honor the centennial of Lincoln's birth. This portrait has endured longer than almost any other U.S. coin design, making the Lincoln cent instantly recognizable to every American. On the reverse of the 2006 penny is the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Sculptor Frank Gasparo created this detailed image, which shows the memorial in impressive clarity. And if one looks closely at a well-struck coin, even a tiny statue of Lincoln can be seen inside the monument. This reverse design remained in use until 2008, making the 2006 penny part of the final years of this long-running memorial series. By 2006, the U.S. Mint was striking billions of these coins, with mints in Philadelphia and Denver producing massive numbers for circulation. Proof versions were also made in San Francisco for collectors. With such enormous mintages, it is easy to assume that no single 2006 penny could possibly be rare. Yet, within those billions, mistakes occurred, errors that turned ordinary cents into incredible rarities. Add to that the factor of condition, where flawless examples graded at the highest levels can draw astonishing premiums, and suddenly the 2006 penny doesn't look so ordinary after all. One of the most desirable categories for collectors is mint errors. These mistakes in the production process create coins that are unique, eye-catching, and often one-of-a-kind. In 2006, one of the most notable errors that collectors search for are double die varieties. A double die occurs when the coin's die, which strikes the design into blank planchets, is misaligned during preparation, leaving a doubled impression. On 2006 pennies, doubling might appear on the date, the letters in Liberty, or the phrase "In God We Trust." Spotting clear doubling can mean the difference between a penny worth face value and one that can fetch thousands or even tens of thousands in the right market. Another exciting error type is the off-center strike. When a coin blank is not properly seated in the press, the design can be struck off-center, leaving part of the coin blank and the rest oddly misaligned. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes, especially if the full date is still visible. A 2006 penny with a bold off-center strike in pristine condition is exactly the type of coin that has drawn bids in the range of $36,000 to $97,000, creating a buzz among collectors whenever one appears at auction. Broad strikes are also a fascinating error found among 2006 pennies. When the collar that normally holds the coin in place during striking malfunctions, the coin spreads outwards, creating a wider, flatter appearance without its usual rim. Such errors are instantly noticeable and very collectible. Combined with a perfect uncirculated surface, a broad strike error penny can command impressive premiums. Wrong planchet errors are even more dramatic. Occasionally, a coin is struck on a blank meant for another denomination. For instance, a 2006 cent struck on a dime or nickel planchet would weigh differently and appear smaller or thinner than normal. These are some of the most prized mint errors because they are so rare and so unusual. Off-metal errors often spark bidding wars, with collectors eager to add something truly one-of-a-kind to their collection. Double strikes also stand out in the world of mint errors. When a coin is struck more than once in the press, overlapping images of Lincoln's profile or the Lincoln Memorial may appear, giving the coin a ghost-like or distorted appearance. These pieces are dramatic and visually appealing, and when preserved in high grades, their auction prices can soar. Even beyond errors, condition plays a massive role in determining the value of the 2006 penny. Billions were made, and most entered circulation, quickly picking up scratches, nicks, and wear. But a small fraction were preserved straight from the mint, and even fewer survived in flawless condition. Professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC assign grades to coins, with the coveted MS67, MS68, or higher grades being extremely rare. A 2006 penny graded at these levels can be worth thousands of dollars on condition alone, even without errors. Proof coins also hold great potential, especially when they display deep cameo contrast between the frosted details and mirror-like fields. A proof error, such as a double die in pristine proof condition, could easily bring a fortune at auction. Collectors have witnessed real examples of this phenomenon. Stories circulate of individuals who discovered unusual 2006 pennies while searching through rolls from banks or while examining proof sets more closely. In one auction, a 2006 penny with a dramatic off-center strike drew fierce bidding and sold for a figure most people would never associate with a modern cent. That's where those jaw-dropping figures of $36,000 to $97,000 come into play, turning heads not just in the numismatic community but also among casual observers who never imagined a penny could be worth that much. What makes these stories even more captivating is the accessibility. Unlike rare gold coins or centuries-old silver dollars that most people will never encounter, the 2006 penny is a coin from just a short time ago, one that might still be sitting in a jar of change or quietly resting in a forgotten drawer. Anyone could have one without realizing it. That possibility is what fuels the excitement and keeps collectors searching. For those who want to search, knowing what to look for is key. Examining each penny carefully under magnification can reveal doubling on the lettering or date. Off-center strikes are visible to the naked eye. Weighting a coin can reveal a wrong planchet error, while unusual shapes or rims might indicate a broad strike. Even a perfectly ordinary-looking coin can become valuable if it is in flawless mint state condition. Every detail matters, and it is in those details that treasure hides. The 2006 penny also represents an important part of the larger Lincoln cent story. By the mid-2000s, the Lincoln Memorial design was nearing its end, with a major redesign planned for 2009 to celebrate Lincoln's bicentennial. That gives the 2006 penny historical significance as one of the last memorial cents before the transition to the Lincoln bicentennial and later shield designs. Collectors often pay special attention to coins that mark the end of an era, further boosting interest in high-grade or error examples from this period. All of these factors, the massive mintages, the tiny number of surviving pristine coins, the rare and dramatic mint errors, and the historical context, combine to make the 2006 penny much more than an ordinary coin. It is both a reminder of Lincoln's enduring legacy and a symbol of the hidden surprises in everyday life. Most 2006 pennies will always be worth only 1 cent. But for the few rare treasures that carry those dramatic errors or extraordinary grades, their value can rise to staggering levels. When collectors hear that a coin so small and so common can sell for $36,000 to $97,000, it sparks curiosity, excitement, and the thrill of possibility. And it encourages all of us to look more closely at the change in our hands. Because somewhere out there, another 2006 penny with a hidden rarity is waiting to be found. And for the person who discovers it, that little coin won't just be worth a cent. It will be worth a fortune, and it will carry a story that few others can match.